like I like I like
What is up, everyone? Welcome into the DNVR Nuggets podcast, the DNBA show. I could see that. I could see that for
visual.
sure.
Oh.
Yeah. I could go for some Canes. That sounds really, really good right now.
Not a Canes guy. Not a Canes guy.
No, not a Canes guy.
No.
I'm Harrison Wind. That's Adam Mars. We are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure to use the code DNVR when you sign up and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's football season, so tons and tons of free money to be had on DraftKings Sportsbook. The two-man game today, Brendan Vought's out. I have no idea where D-Line is. It's just me and Adam. What's up, man?
I haven't heard from D-Line in years, weeks, months, maybe years.
I know. I haven't heard from D-Line, but I am sitting at his desk. And as I told you before we got on here and went live, we could do a whole segment about just the shit on D-Line's desk.
What is it? Is it trash? Is it decorative items? What would you say?
A bit of a combination of both. Like, I don't know anyone that still has these calendar things, like, that you flip every day that tell you what day it is.
No way.
Yes.
I would have never guessed he has one.
Well, I don't think he really uses it. I mean, this one's from July 3rd, the one that's on top here.
Classic D-Line.
Yeah, but just like, who has those things anymore, you know?
Nobody.
Like, or don't we have enough things that can tell us the date and the month? Oh, man.
I know, and whenever I wear a watch, which, by the way, is one of the great items that a stylish person wears, a wristwatch.
Along with a belt, yep.
Along with a belt. I never, like, when somebody asks me the time, I just pull out my phone and look at, like, I don't know, let me look. I'd never think, check my watch. It's just decorative.
Right.
By the way, I'm burying the lead here, Harrison. It's official. Well, it's not actually official. It's almost official. I think I've won my first draft, and it just so happens to be the draft about who is the most fashionable person on staff. It's me! Most fashionable.
I feel like you're changing the narrative. The question in the draft was never about the most fashionable.
Hold on. We drafted articles of clothing. I chose my wardrobe, so to speak, and people determined that it was the best one. I feel like it's, if not exactly I'm most fashionable, it's at least very close to that. Very, very close to most fashionable.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you have this one because I think articles of clothing is the least consequential draft that we've ever done on this show.
It's true.
It's true. I think we have a better show planned today. We got a lot to get to. As you can see by the thumbnail on this show, we're going to discuss if Nikola Jokic should try to look even more or look a little bit like Larry Bird, you know, if that would help him throughout the remainder of his NBA career. Paul Millsap has a new team. We'll discuss that. Aaron Gordon's been playing a lot of pickup with some celebrity. We'll discuss that as well. 2K is just absolutely slandering Michael Malone. There's some new rules for unvaccinated players, I should say, that have come out, so we'll hit on that. And then we'll end with some hot takes that we could see or that we predict coming up in training camp, which isn't that long away. It's not that far away.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Let's start with the title of this show and the thumbnail. This is you. You brought this up, so we should probably pull up the thumbnail. Yeah, there it is. It's up right now.
Look at that beautiful thing.
So the question is, should Nikola Jokic try to look a tiny bit like Larry Bird? A mustache, longer hair. Would this help his brand? Would this help his reputation throughout the league, Adam?
Well, here's where I actually, if you could unshare for a second, Kale, I want to walk through a progression here. This photo came up. I know we've done Mail Forum Corner like every day of the entire
lot. Yeah.
We're doing it again. We're starting off the top because, my God, look at Jokic. He is with Tori Mason, who I'm told is a news reporter for a local TV station. I'm not trying to slander Tori. I just don't particularly know the reporter. But runs into him. They take a shirtless selfie. Well, at least Jokic is shirtless. And this one for sure. This is my favorite Jokic shirtless photo of the entire offseason. This is number one. But what I really like about it is he's got the long hair. He's got the beard. And I think it's a good look, by the way. I kind of like that. I dig this yoke. But in the comment section, to me, oh man, I lost my spot. Oh, it's because I changed. Dang it! I'm gonna have to hold on. I have to duck out of here to find the tweet again. Somebody very very brilliantly suggested here. I have it again that I should that he should go with his haircut. Can you imagine if he shaves everything except the stache? Imagine that guy giving your team 30, 10, and 10, and then somebody said, you mean Larry Bird? Because exactly, Jokic's stat line and Larry Bird's stat line identical throughout their careers to this point in their careers, including last year's MVP, I think at the exact same age and time in the league. But here's my thought. I have just a genuine thought. I think this would be really strong for Jokic's brand, not that he cares, but I care, if he were to try to look like Larry Bird.
I couldn't agree more. He will never get compared to Larry Bird fully, except by us, or by Brian Scalabrine and the people in Boston because of his numbers, because of his game. It might take him just looking like Larry Bird to actually get compared legitimately to him. So I think you're 100% correct.
I just want to say, as someone who I committed to being a mustache guy, and it did amazing wonders for my.
Are you trying to look like Larry Bird?
That wasn't the goal, but I did fully commit to being a mustache guy, and it was the best move I could have made for my brand, and I think Jokic should do the same.
How so? How do you judge this?
I am known as a mustache guy now.
Now you have
as part of a thing.
Right now you have a real brand. You're exactly. Kale, the super producer with the mustache.
Exactly. That's my thing.
Well, so here's the thing about the stache. Kobe clearly mimicked Michael Jordan his whole career. All of his movements, not just the game, a lot of players mimic other players' game. Jokic, his game is naturally like Larry Bird. I don't know what kind of influence Larry Bird had on Jokic. I just think that he plays the same style mostly by happenstance. But Kobe, when he came in, he tried to walk. If you watch Kobe, especially young Kobe, the walk is so he's so clearly trying to look like Jordan.
Dude, what about when he clutches the ball after winning the finals, just like Jordan did, goes to the ground with it? Yes,
the fist pump, every one of his celebrations is trying to be Michael Jordan. And I'm trying to think of some other ones that he used to stick his tongue out. People don't remember this, but 96, 97 Kobe would always stick his tongue out when he was driving, just like Jordan used to. So, and it worked, right? Because what do people say? If you tell me Kobe is the remix of Michael Jordan, they're just identical players. I think if Jokic just did one season where he came out with a little stash, if he went with this look, it doesn't have to be identical, but it could be somewhere along these lines. He would all of a sudden be vaulted up 10 spots in everybody's mind. They'd be like, Jokic might be a top 20 player when it's all said and done. I think he's they would totally change the narrative on him.
Oh, the worst part is you're 100% right, and it's depressing, and it's sad, and it's frustrating, but you're 100% right. If there's one thing that could change the narrative on him, it's him looking like Larry Bird. He would have total that photo where it's Melo in the Tuskegee Airman outfit, and somebody's like, this is my grandpa who flew planes in World War I. You could do that same thing with Jokic if he had that look.
Yeah, it is funny. I do remember that. But now that you think of it, it is true. He did wear that one outfit that one time. You're like, wow. It is true though. I don't know what Larry Bird didn't really dress like. There's not a Larry Bird style of clothing, but it is the mustache. It is the hair. And I just feel like it would do wonders for him.
If Larry Bird was playing today, though, he'd just wear Nike sweatsuits. Pretty sure.
Probably.
So there is that.
He would dress exactly like Jokic for sure.
Yeah.
I think he could even do Larry Bird mustache and Sabonis hair, and I think it would actually be perfect. They'd be he's kind of Sabonis, he's kind of Larry Bird. It would elevate his stature. We've talked on many times. One of the greatest theories we've come up with collectively is that long hair makes people think you try harder. If you just have long floppy hair, this is the Kenneth Faried syndrome. The hair flopping around makes it look like you're running faster. I think Shaq Harrison would be on the Nuggets roster today if he had long hair.
Is this a cue to like Marcus Howard? Is this a quick little bit of advice to Marcus Howard?
Well, so Marcus Howard is never going to be a hustler. He's got to be a shooter. So he's got to do something like Steph. Like he's got to do the
right.
He's got to just mimic himself after Steph Curry.
Yeah, I actually think Vlatko might be trending in this way. He's kind of toyed with the longer hair at times, I feel like.
I don't know if Vlatko. I don't know what he should be aiming for though. Like what? Maybe tattoos. I feel like if Vlatko, we could maybe do this. How to improve every player's look? Vlatko, if he added like a neck tat and some rough arm tats, people would be like, you know what? He's just a bruiser. He's like he would go from being like just a Euro guy to like, oh, he's the enforcer.
Vlatko with 2 full sleeves and a neck tattoo, for sure get that done. Yeah,
says, like,
for sure get that done
or something. Like definitely.
I think Jamal's look in the bubble where he had the hair grown out, the beard, on point, absolutely on point. Yeah,
100%. It's 100%. Who else could we put? I'm kind of curious about this. Who else?
I mean, MPJ's got a pretty defined look. I don't see that really changing.
MPJ goes through a couple different looks, though. To be honest with you, he kind of goes through. He cycles through them, but he's very clean cut. That's his brand. Okay, I got it.
Aaron Gordon goes between 2 looks.
I feel like the cornrows is a great move for him. You know, he looks a lot like, we talked about this the other day. He looks a lot like Michael Beasley when I'm watching him.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if that's probably not a good thing.
Maybe it's not a good thing. You're right. Oh, I see headband Marcus would be good. Bull needs goggles.
So if Will's hair used to be a lot longer than it is. He's had it kind of real short for these last couple of years. But if you remember, right when he got to Denver, his first couple years on the Nuggets, his hair was longer for sure.
Oh man, here's a great point. Facu.
Yes.
Facu with long hair. And Facu he can even do the Euro long hair where it's almost like rat tail. Like really, I don't like this look at all, but the rat tail mullet, almost soccer player-esque, flopping around.
Soccer player with like the really skinny headband, one of those.
He kind of does this already, but he could just do the Manu. Argentinian, like all Argentinians try to like go bald so they can do the Manu comb over.
Yeah. I'm surprised his hair actually isn't longer. I feel like it should be.
No. I don't know if there's any other big ones for the Nuggets this year. I mean, PJ Dozier does need. I saw Kale put this in the chat. He needs a defined look. He's just he's kind of clean cut. I don't know what Dozier could pull off though. A little fro. I could see a little 70s fro. Not like a long one. A little Kobe fro. I think that would look good.
Yeah.
He would also look 6'8", 6'9" if he grew his hair out a little bit.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
Josh
go from 6'6" to 6'8". Yeah. All right. Well. Let us know in the comments if you guys have any other suggestions for.
This comment. When was the last time you've seen a soccer player? The 80s? Harsh but fair. We're on Serbia. Very harsh, but also very fair. I accept that. When you're right, you're right. What can I say?
Oh man.
Oh, I like Moach with a neck tattoo. Speaking of which,
bring that up.
Michael Malone has gone with the hair look for the last several years, but don't tell 2K that.
This isn't new, and 2K just continues to drop the ball. Do you have the picture there that I sent you? Do you have the tweet there?
You're talking to Kale, right? Not me.
No, I sent it to you, but I could send it to Kale.
Messages from you.
Oh, I didn't realize.
If you want to send that to me, that'd be great.
Oh, I didn't realize you wanted me to pull that up. I'll pull it up right now. All right, hold on.
So 2K launched a couple trailers. Kyle Speller, the Nuggets PA announcers in the game. There was a little Nuggets hype trailer that went along with that. I pulled this screenshot from there. What the hell, 2K? First of all, that doesn't look like Mike Malone. That looks like Steve Clifford. Secondly, you're calling Michael Malone Mike Malone, which
inappropriate.
Yeah, that looks more like Kale than Michael Malone.
It does look more like Kale. It does look like Kale. So is this? Because I have to be honest with you. You guys know this. I am a fellow old. Like I don't play video games. I'm not into this thing. The trailer came out, right? I didn't even click on it because I don't care. But somebody was saying there's no Nuggets in it. This is the only Nuggets you see, and it's Michael Malone. Is Michael Malone the official face of the Denver Nuggets?
No, I think this was a abbreviated trailer with just Nugget stuff for the announcement that Kyle Speller, the PA guy, was in the game.
Okay. Okay.
So there were nuggets in this trailer.
Oh, in this version of it. I don't even know who these guys are back here.
I think those are fans.
Oh, okay. Michael Malone looks beefy. He looks bald. He doesn't even look shaved head, short hair. He just looks bald, which again, several years old. But look at how beefy he looks.
Yeah, he looks thick.
He looks really thick. Like he looks like an ass kicker in this one. And yeah, the Mike Malone thing. Like, come on, guys.
That's just lazy.
That's a troll job. That's a troll job. No, it's not lazy. That's intentional. That's a troll job.
You think that's intentional? I don't think that's intentional. I just think that's lazy.
100%. 100%. Which, by the way, we've been over this. Lots of people call him Mike Malone. Lots of people.
Yeah. I like to think that him correcting Cassidy Hubbarth on air was just... She caught him in a moment of just pure frustration, man.
I like that Eric is chiming in rather than being on the show. He's in the chat.
Yeah, it's funny. When they do those sideline interviews, there's a rule that you don't have to interview the coach if that team is down by a certain amount of points.
Right. That's right.
I think it might be 20 plus.
I think it is.
But I don't think Denver was currently down by that many points, but they might have been trending in that direction during that game. Or it was just not a good moment in the game to get him.
Yeah.
So I think that was it was a combination of all those things.
That's a troll job, though, man. Good job. Good job, 2K. Now I'm back on board with 2K. Good troll.
Yeah, sure you are, Eric. Let's hit one more item before we take our first break. Aaron Gordon, we were talking about should he go with the fro or the cornrows. He's going with the cornrows still right now, I believe. But he was playing pickup with a host of NBA players, Trae Young, Boban Marjanovic, Jordan Clarkson, Tobias Harris, and one actor, Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
What do we think about this?
Well, Adam Sandler, first of all, people don't know this. He always is playing pickup with celebrities. Like he's all because he lives in Malibu. He's always at Pepperdine playing. Like KG would always be there too, so it's not that surprising to me that they were in a movie together because KG is one of the guys that's always playing pickup there, which is hilarious. Do we have the video or something? By the way, do we have this one pulled up? What are we looking at right here? What on earth am I? This is outdoors one. This is not the right one, Cal. This is not the right one. But yeah, he was playing. But here's the thing: we see these workouts. They're always like Lifetime Fitness. It's a bunch of NBA players, and they always look like it's pickup basketball. There's no help defense. It's like all one-on-one. It's just not good. But the one from Adam Sandler being there, it was especially ridiculous. I don't know what those guys were doing. One guy like Adam Sandler being on the court means you can't have a good workout. It's impossible.
Yeah. Well, it's like the thing where you can't go too hard at Adam Sandler because he's Adam Sandler, and like you got to let him get his because he's a celebrity. I feel like, yeah, like it was not a good run. I can guarantee you that not a quality run.
Is Aaron Gordon more popular than we realize, like around the league? Because he is
always in these, yeah,
he's always in these big workouts, man. I just wouldn't have guessed it.
I think so. I mean, most people, honestly, when they think of Aaron Gordon, think of the guy who lost the dunk contest. That's who Aaron Gordon is to a lot of casual NBA fans. And I've got to think just him being in those dunk contests, that's how a lot of NBA players know him too. Because they definitely don't know him for what the Magic accomplished while he was there.
That's all I got. That's all I got on Adam Sandler, man. I will say, in all of these workout videos from the summer, Aaron Gordon looks bouncy.
He does look bouncy, shooting a lot of threes, shooting a lot of step backs as well. I will also note. Aaron Gordon's in the Chris Johnson runs, who's one of these NBA trainer guys who definitely comes from like the Drew Hanlon ISO one-on-one. I'm going to really work on that aspect of your game school. Yeah.
Drew Hanlon's a funny character, man, because he's like one of the first trainers that has like really, or maybe he's just the best at pushing his own like narrative and stuff. He really annoys me, and I'm sure he's just a salesman, like he's just doing his job. But every tweet he puts, I'm always like rolling my. Every time Jason Tatum like hits a bucket, he's like, "That's that pure sweat work" or whatever. I'm always like, "All right,
MVP incoming."
Yeah.
All right, well, a lot more to get to. Let's hit a break, though. On the other side, we'll talk about Paul Millsap and a bunch more.
Adam Sandler, Hooper.
Yeah, is he a hooper or is he a basketball player?
Definitely a Hooper.
Oh wow, that music's real
blasted through it.
I can do the reads also. I'll host and do the reads.
Wow, Bill Russell, player and coach.
As you guys know, we're sponsored by Ball across the entire DNVR network. Ball is in Ball Arena where the Nuggets play, also is in the aerospace technology company, also is in the world's largest aluminum can and packaging manufacturer. Ball has been leading global sustainability efforts for decades across the world. They're also adding line capacity to their 400-person plant right here in town in Golden, Colorado. The demand for sustainable aluminum beverage cans is greater than ever. And chances are, if you've consumed a beverage in a can, it's been from a Ball aluminum can made at one of their aluminum can plants. So, of course, they make the 8, 12, and 16-ounce can sizes for all kinds of liquids. They make cans in over 30 different sizes at facilities across the world. The plant right here in Golden, they make regular 8-ounce and 12-ounce sleek cans, a 24-ounce growler size, 12 and 24-ounce cans, Alumitech bottles, and several can lid sizes, which are then shipped to Colorado plants to be filled. If you want to work at their Golden plant, you can go to jobs.ball.com and search for Golden. They're looking for people to help with that aluminum shortage that we've had and getting more cans out. So go to jobs.ball.com, search for Golden, or you can text Golden to 77222 for more information. Right now at DraftKings, it's about to be football season this coming weekend, right around the corner. Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Is that crazy deal still up? I'm logging in right now. It is. Yep, it still is. You can still get that crazy like can't miss deal. And by the way, you should do it because not only do it, I did it on my phone and my wife's phone.
Yeah, DraftKings Sportsbook, they're an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and they're giving new customers $200 in free bets instantly when you bet $1 or more on any football game. So
here's that deal. Georgia versus Clemson, and it's over 10.5 points. And that number's going to keep going down. Like, of course it's going to go over that. Come on. Like, 7 to 7, 7 to 10, anything. It's going to be over. And then you got the Tampa Bay. They are 73-point underdogs. It's a plus 73. That's the easiest bet you can make. So 2 free bets. I'm telling you guys, make some money.
Right. They've got those, which anybody can get. Doesn't matter if you're a new user, if you've already put your mortgage into DraftKings Sportsbook, you can get those bets. But then if you're a new user, download the app, use code DNVR to sign up, place any bet on any football game, and you're going to get $200 in free bets instantly from DraftKings that you can then put on, whatever you want. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR to receive $200 in free bets when you place a $1 bet on any football game. Promo code DNVR to get your free $200 in free bets instantly for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only, new customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. 1 per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. All right, back here on the DNVR Nuggets podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up. Paul Millsap has a new team, Adam. The long Paul Millsap free agent saga is over. He's signing with the Brooklyn Nets.
Boo, boo,
boo, boo.
Boo. I'll be honest, I didn't love this news. And I mean, look, it doesn't really matter. It's funny. I know some people might think, Paul Millsap, not a Nugget. What are you doing? Like, hey, man, he gave Denver 4 years. He's a big piece. Like, him moving on is one of the main storylines, in my opinion. I know it's maybe the most under-discussed storyline of the Nuggets this year is he has been the defensive anchor for the Nuggets. There's a chance that without him, Denver's defense really goes backwards. But I will say this. I was worried he was going to join the Lakers. He's not there. I was worried he was going to join the Warriors, which I think he'd be even better. He's not there. See, when it goes to Brooklyn, it's like, all right, I get it. It's just One, Paul Millsap doesn't seem like a Brooklyn guy. He's been in Utah, Atlanta, and Denver. Now he's in Brooklyn. And he just doesn't seem like an evil empire guy. Yeah. So I'm bummed.
Yeah, he's definitely not one of those guys. And look, we knew this from talking to him while he was in Denver. If he had it his way, he would win a championship with the Nuggets. Like, he wanted to win a ring. I don't think he wanted to win a ring with a super team. That's not at all what he wanted to do. In fact, I remember him saying, I would rather, obviously win one here. I'm sure the same thing would apply to like in Atlanta or Utah, the two teams where he played, small to mid markets. He did not want to, I think, go and necessarily win one with a super team, but he does want a ring. And the Nets, man, are the clear favorite. It's like not even close, I think.
So here's the thing about it. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of true. I actually agree with you. So here's the thing about that and about how the NBA works now. If you're a veteran like Paul Millsap, do you have utility to the Orlando Magic?
No.
Not really. I mean, you could be the locker room, but probably not. They're not going to spend the money to bring you on. Do you have utility to the Kings, like even a mid-level team? I don't even know if you do. You only have utility to the 5 or 6 teams that are contenders, and the 5 or 6 teams that are contenders now are like Denver, the Bucks, and then all the super teams out there. So it was inevitable it was going to happen. I guess it could have been worse, but it just feels weird. It just feels really weird. It's even more weird if Denver were to match up with Brooklyn and then Dad's on the other side. You have to beat your own father in order to win a championship.
Well, I saw John Hollinger put this out there, and I thought it was a little interesting. The Nets and Nuggets could kind of look at this as a Jeff Green for Paul Millsap straight up trade.
I love it. That's interesting.
And if you're looking at it like that, I think Jeff Green's definitely a better player than Paul Millsap.
It's tough for me because it's tough because Paul Millsap is the better defensive player. Green probably the better and more versatile offensive player, and even more versatile defensively, but just not as good. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll go that far. It's tough, but it is. You're right. It is a swap. That is a Jeff Green, Paul Millsap swap.
Yeah, I think it's got the better end of that if you look at it in that way. The thing I'm a little worried about for Paul, I'm not necessarily sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how happy he's going to be in Brooklyn because I don't know how much playing time he's going to get. He's going to get a little bit, probably more than he got on the Nuggets, but he's coming off the bench, and I'm seeing that the Nets are probably getting LaMarcus Aldridge back, who's also coming out of
another one that
quick retirement.
Look, I don't know. I'm not trying to second guess the LaMarcus Aldridge any of this, and I don't think it actually mattered because wasn't he a free agent anyway? So it's not like any of this mattered. But it is weird when guys retire and they go through the whole thing, and you're like, oh man, I feel for Mark. And then 3 months later, he's like, I'm back and I'm joining the super team. You're like, wait a second, what just happened here? It reminds me in a weird way of the. Look, I'm going to sound like I'm slandering. I'm not. Derek Fisher, though, I will slander Derek Fisher. If you remember when he was in Utah and he talked about I need to go to LA for my family, and that's the only place that could to do this. And they traded him, and then it turned out that wasn't. He was just trying to get traded to the Lakers. It almost feels a little bit like that with LaMarcus.
But he was on the Nets, though. That was
true.
the last team he played for.
That's right. I forgot about it.
So I think that's part of it as well. Also, apparently, according to Casey Johnson, the Chicago Bulls barely missed on Paul Millsap. They were the runner-up. Of course, the connection there, Arturas is the GM in Chicago. He was in Denver when Paul came to Denver. I would have liked him on Chicago a lot more than Brooklyn. I would have felt good about that move.
I mean, I would have felt great about it. The only thing I would have felt bad about that one is I'd be like, man, Arturas is he really knows how to win me over. Lonzo and even with, I even like Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
It is funny, though. Arturas, like Tim Conley, always this close to the big free agents. Remember when Dwayne Wade wrote a letter and he was trying to make Way of Wade a thing, the wow. And he's like, the Denver Nuggets have really, all caps, wowed me with their.
It wasn't even a letter, Adam. It was a tweet. It's a tweet.
That's what I meant. A tweet. Yeah, a tweet.
It's 140 characters.
Yeah, it was a short letter, very short one. The Denver Nuggets have wowed me. I'm not picking them. But wow, what an organization. Very impressed. I feel like this is the Paul Millsap news. the Nuggets, Arturas and Tim Conley, they just know, like, hey, hit the agent up. Agent, can you say that we were close? We were on the goal line. Just say it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
for
man,
a while, it really seemed like that Dwayne Wade tweet was like a big moment in like the Jokic era. It really was.
It wasn't though, because it was so ridiculous. You're just like, wait a second. I've never seen an athlete tweet out a like second place. Hey, great job, guys. You guys were such a worthy second place for me to land. And wasn't it? Where did he pick the Cavs?
No, he picked the Bulls.
Oh, that's right. He picked the Bulls, and then that didn't work out either. So.
Yeah, the three alphas, man.
The three alphas.
That was a hell of a time.
By the way, I am all in on Arturas just going after former Nuggets. I would be here for that. If he has like Wancho and Gary Harris.
He's a free agent. Jared Vanderbilt. That was actually in the report, in the Bulls report. Now do the Bulls have to pivot to Jared Vanderbilt?
I love it.
The other bit of news that came out today, the NBA is stepping up its rules for unvaccinated players. Here's the rules next season on what unvaxxed players will have to do. The stuff came out yesterday that they won't be able to play in actually some NBA markets, like Golden State. Yeah, the home players where those players, are taxed and are earning their paychecks, like Golden State, the New York teams as well. Unvaxxed players just won't be able to play when they're visiting those markets. Here's what they'll have to do on game days. They must undergo testing on game days and practice days, potentially 2 tests a day on game days. Vaccinated players will not undergo daily testing and will only be tested if they have symptoms or are exposed to someone confirmed as COVID positive. If an unvaccinated player is deemed a close contact to someone who has tested positive, they'll have to enter a mandatory 7-day quarantine. Vaccinated players are not anticipated to face any quarantine if they are a close contact and don't test positive. At team meals, unvaxxed players, they can't even sit next to vaccinated players. They have to be 6 feet away from others. On flights, unvaccinated players may be required to be in a section of the plane reserved for team staffers, which could be less roomy. I love this detail, which could be less roomy. They got to sit and coach. How
crappy this is for the workers. Like, this is a rule that has another side to it where it's like, damn it, we have to sit next to the unvaxxed guy again, and he's huge. He's 7'3".
Yeah, just stick him next to the team staffers.
Yeah, stick him next to them. They don't matter. They can get sick all they want, NBA. What a progressive league.
The last one, on buses, unvaxxed players have to sit further away from players or in a separate bus.
So here's the thing. Here's the situation. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Like, making these rules, like, the NBA has a lot of money at stake. They really don't want outbreaks. They can't force players, to get a vaccine. They can't do that. They can't go that far. But they can make these rules of both safety and convenience. Let's be honest. A lot of these are rules of convenience. They're just like trying to influence players to go out and get it. And I'm for it. Like, we're almost 2 years into this thing. Like, I'm all for trying to move those things along, both from a logistics standpoint and just from what I personally believe to be right. So it sounds normal to me. What's crazy is, do you think this is going to work?
Do I think this will get more players vaxxed, or
Correct.
Will the protocols? Yes, I do.
I think
I don't think it will work 100%.
Right.
There will still be some holdouts. I think it will up the number of players that are vaccinated.
I do too, and I think even more it will over time. It'll just wear on you, man. Like, think about, you had a back-to-back Chicago-Milwaukee flight, and then you're coming home, and you're just exhausted, 7-game road trip, and they're like, all right, Wancho, I'm just using Wancho here. Go to the back of the plane. You're in the back. You can't come sit with the rest of the people. It's like, damn it. All right, you know what? I'm getting vaxxed on Monday. Just screw it. Most people that have got vaxxed have been vaxxed for like 9 months now. So, okay, maybe I feel it's safer now.
Yeah. So I heard that when the protocols for Summer League came out, and it was like, if you're not vaccinated at Summer League and you're a player, you literally just had to stay in your hotel in Vegas, like, the entire time. You couldn't go out. You couldn't go to dinners. You couldn't interact with people. And I heard once those protocols came out, there were players that went to teams and were like, all right, get me vaccinated. Like, the second those Vegas protocols came out. There were unvaxxed players I heard that were just like, okay, just get me vaccinated. I don't want to be cooped up in my hotel room. So maybe it's a similar thing with this. I would have to think there are some players that look at these and say, all right, I'll just get vaccinated.
Yeah, especially if you're a young player. I mean, we know Marcus Howard ended up picking up COVID. And by the way, I'm not trying to report anything. You can get COVID with the vax still. We know that as well. But, he ends up missing out on Summer League. And you do wonder, does it happen this year? If you get into March and a Bones or a Bowl or a Marcus gets called up, like, hey, we need you. Come play in the big leagues. And en route, you end up picking it up because you weren't vaccinated. Now you're more susceptible and you had to go from city to city to city. And you miss out on your chance. Like that. This is the things that actually happen. In the NBA, in the NFL, it's happened. So, yeah, I think hopefully these rules influence people to get it going, and hopefully it's not a big story. The one thing I will say is COVID was obviously a big story 2 years ago when it canceled the season. It was a big story last year. It's going to be a big story this year too. I just looking at these things, I still think it's going to be a thing that textures the season in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, what you said about players and having like their career-defining opportunities taken away because they're unvaccinated or vaccinated is a totally real thing. I mean, think about, or just getting COVID, like think about what Marcus Howard could have done at Summer League. Could have gotten himself a regular NBA contract potentially. Maybe by the Nuggets, maybe by another team if he had really played well. He didn't get a play at Summer League. He didn't get that opportunity. Now he's back on a two-way, at least to start the year. And I can guarantee you that if a team is thinking about signing a free agent, if a team is thinking about calling up a player from the G League, and they've got two players they're looking at, and one's vaccinated, one's unvaccinated, they're going to call up the vaccinated player 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Can I share one other thing? I know it's not on our docket, but I just wanted to share it. We were talking about it before the show. I was scrolling Reddit before I was on here, Nuggets Reddit, because I was just like, it's deep off season. We're really reaching like what is there news wise? And I saw a friend of the show, Bronco Squatch, had a really interesting comment. He was talking about going through and looking at the list of buyout candidates because the Nuggets still have they could potentially buy out Bol at the end of the year, and they still have some of their MLE that they could use. So they could be a team that acquires a player on a buyout. And the name he came up with that he said most likely, drum roll, Gary Harris. And I thought to myself when I saw this, the Nuggets at this moment don't really have a need for Gary Harris. Gary Harris himself wanted to go out and test the waters. He's a free agent after this year, so I don't think it's like bring Gary Harris back on a long-term deal. But it did crack me up to think about. I would weirdly feel so much better about the Nuggets' playoff chances if they got Gary Harris for no other reason other than the vibes would be great.
It's totally true, man. Like if a scenario unfolded similar to last year where there's just a bunch of guards who get injured.
Yeah.
Of course. Gary Harris knows the Nuggets system, knows the locker room, knows the coaching staff, would fit in and play his role, would bring a lot defensively. I don't know what you get offensively, but would bring a lot defensively. He'd be great. He'd be a great Austin Rivers-esque fill-in.
It would be incredible. I'm actually almost rooting for this weird world where this happens. And we also know Tim Conley likes his guys. So definitely if there is like a shortage and Gary Harris is sitting out there, they need a guy. He would be high on the list of like, hey, bring him on. He's going to be a free agent next year. We're not worried about long-term. Where does he fit this or that? It's like, hey, we need a body. Bring him in. And who knows? Game 5 of the Lakers series is the Gary Harris game that swings the series. I'm for it.
How would you power rank the other former Nuggets in terms of wanting to bring them back? Because there's two others that are free agents right now.
We've got who?
Juancho and Jared Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. I don't really want either of them on the team, so I'll say Juancho just for the
It's got to be
vibes.
Juancho.
He's definitely the vibes guy. I saw Emmanuel Mudiay signed with, I think it's Zalgiris in Lithuania, so he's officially I think his NBA career has officially come to a close. Trey Lyles is somewhere, right?
Is he still in San Antonio? No way, right?
I think he got a deal. I think he might have been signed to a new contract.
He is. Trey Lyles is the worst of the Clutch clients. Somehow he's under the Clutch umbrella, man. I don't know how he got that. He's just riding Clutch's coattails, man.
The prodigal nugget. It's so true. Gary Harris, the prodigal nugget. He wanted to test the waters, see what it's like, and then no sooner did they do that than Orlando drafted a bunch of guards.
How about this one, Adam? How about this one?
IT. Oh man, you know what? I will say this: Isaiah Thomas was great. Like as like a guy, he was such a good dude. Like I would love to have him back. So for that reason, the Nuggets just get tinier and tinier. They just keep bringing in smaller and smaller guys.
Oh man! Oh god! Is there anyone else we're forgetting about?
Thomas
Welsh is still playing basketball, I think, somewhere.
Is he? Hell yeah! I'd bring back Thomas Welsh.
I think he is, yeah.
Carmelo.
All right, let's hit another break. On the other side, we'll get to some hot takes that we think will develop during training camp. These are always fun. Right now at Solace Meds, guys, they've got some awesome deals for the month of September. Can America gummies 25% off, strains tinctures 20% off, Rockin' cartridges 25% off, Glacier concentrates 20% off. They've got a Labor Day sale as well. On September 6th, you can buy 3, get the 4th product, I think any product, for just 10 cents. So an incredible deal there from Solace Meds. As always, you can use the code DNVR20, though, to get 20% off your entire purchase. You can use that at any of their 4 convenient Colorado locations. They got one in Fort Collins, one in Wheat Ridge, one off of Broadway, one just blocks away from the DNVR bar on East Colfax. So stop in there, get any of those September deals, get that Labor Day sale as well. Buy 3, get your 4th product for 10 cents. Also drop the code DNVR20. You're going to get 20% off your purchase. You're also going to get a free Solace bar, which are delicious, by the way, or a King Cone when you drop the code DNVR20 at any of those Colorado locations. Also, as we know, the home buying process, the mortgage process can be really, really complicated. Really first-time buyer. The folks over at Chevalier Mortgage, Mike and Virginia Chevalier, they make that process super, super easy. Really stress-free. They can make it really easy, especially if you're a first-time home buyer as well. So visit them at dnvrmortgage.com. Get set up with a free consultation. You can call them directly. You can call Virginia, 303-257-6578. You can call Mike, 970-412-2472. Or visit them at dnvrmortgage.com. Get set up for a free consultation. Michael Chevalier.
Great time to refi, by the way. Rates are like 3% or lower right now. So people, if you bought a home like 2-3 years ago, want to try to see if you can refi, get a lower payment, it's a great time. Do that as well.
Yeah, there you go. Michael Chevalier at MLS number 1931006. Virginia Chevalier at MLS number 1910631. Finally, at Hassel Cattle Company, make sure to put in your order for the month of September. You can get 10% off your entire purchase with the code DNVR10 every single time at Hassel Cattle Company. You can also get free shipping if your order is over $200. They've got everything at Hassel Cattle Company. They got that blue-collar Wagyu beef. They've got smoked sausage, New York strips, beef bacon, Wagyu Franks, jerky flavors. Whatever you want when it comes to Wagyu beef, they've got it at Hassel Cattle Company. So use the code DNVR10 for 10% off your entire purchase at HassleCattleCompany.com. Also, any orders over $200, you will get free shipping as well. All right, welcome back to DNVR Nuggets podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up. Let's look ahead to training camp. What is it, 3-4 weeks away? Jesus Christ. But anyways, let's throw out some hot takes that we could see developing over the course of training camp. Do you want to go first on this, or should I go first?
I'll go first. My first one, we are going to continue to marvel at shirtless photos of Jokic. They're going to be everywhere. Usually he's in Sombor, but he is going to be back. I think we're going to get a slow drip of Jokic photos between now and September 30th. Can't wait.
Who do you think will be the Muscle Watch MVP of training camp?
Man, that's
not the training camp MVP, the Muscle Watch MVP.
Yeah, just the photo. It's going to be Vlatko. Are you kidding me? Like Vlatko's going to be the first NBA player to fall out of the league because he got too swole. Malone's going to be like, we really need him to cut weight. He's just too big.
Well, we've talked about this. He came into the league as a 3, and now he's a backup center.
He is the backup center. It's going to be Vlatko. Like the first time we get the picture of Vlatko in the gym, we're just gonna be like, my God, look at that man. Second, Zeke Naji. I think we're gonna get some like great Zeke Naji picks.
I could see it. I mean, I think MPJ is a clear favorite for Muscle Watch MVP, like he is every training camp. So
here's the thing about MPJ: he's a little bit on the Will Barton bodies. You know, like he can get stronger. I just don't think he'll ever get bigger. It's like Kevin Durant.
He's pretty big. I disagree. I disagree, man. MPJ's big. He is not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's so skinny.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, I have a pick for training camp MVP, just straight training camp MVP. And the craziest part is he's going to win back-to-back training camp MVPs because it's 100% going to be PJ Dozier again.
Oh, yeah. Michael Malone loves Dozier. This is a big year. He's going to be a big part of things. Yeah, that's a great pick. That 100% accurate. It will be PJ Dozier who is the guy.
And I just looked it up. I just looked it up in my old tweets. Michael Malone on December 10th, 2020, last training camp, quote, PJ Dozier is my early pick for training camp MVP. Malone loves to put an MVP out there. He loves that.
I think Malone, because he's the son of a coach in the NBA, I think he has like an advent calendar, you know, like that every like day one of training camp. Today is this day. Day 3. Day 3, you open up the box. It's like pretend to be mad about something. Like, okay. Day 4.
No. Day one, we had a great practice today, great energy. Day 3, terrible practice. Day 4, Day 5, name a training camp MVP.
Yeah. Day 7, pick somebody in the media to fight with. Just set the tone. He's got the whole thing figured out. It's a science. Yeah. I think that there will be some bull hype heading into camp. And because
do you think we can really do this for like it seems like a third training camp in a row?
Yes, the Nuggets are not going to stop trying to trade him. So yes, there's going to be some story about Bull has really like, wow, he's impressed. I mean, he's about the right things. He's getting first one into the gym, last one to leave. He's just been great attitude. Anybody want him? Does anybody want Bull?
Another guy I could see getting training camp hype, Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, he came into camp in great shape. He's healthy. He's looking good. Aaron Gordon looks very explosive. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too. I think that's a good one. Aaron Gordon and PJ Dozier, those are my picks. I mean, one, they're defensive guys. They're going to come in great shape. And yeah, like with Aaron Gordon more so than PJ Dozier, Malone needs the confidence boost, right? This needs to be the, hey, you're my guy. Right. I'm behind you. Right. So we're going to get a lot of Aaron Gordon buzz. I got another one.
Okay.
We are going to see footage of Jamal Murray dunking the basketball.
I have this one too.
He's already grabbed the rim. He's reached up and grabbed the rim, so he's close. We're going to get a Jamal Murray dunk, and we're all going to be uncomfortable with it.
I just have Jamal being a more active participant in training camp than we think. Like, he's not going through drills. He's not doing anything 100%, obviously, but he's going to be like in a shooting drill or something. Okay. Or we're going to be like, whoa, like, oh, okay.
Who is going to be the guy who added a 3-point shot this offseason? Like, is there all the Nuggets players kind of already have one, but who's the guy that there's going to be some kind of hype video around? It could be Aaron Gordon, actually. Might be him. Aaron Gordon. Look at this. 8 straight threes or something. And then everyone's like, Aaron Gordon's going to be a bucket this year. He's a bucket.
Yeah, I like this one. AG is really gelling with the team. It's such an easy storyline, man.
It's so easy.
It's too easy.
Ooh, I even like this one. What kind of hair is Yoke going to come into the season with? Sadly, I don't think it's going to be the Larry Bird as much as I would love it to be.
I predicted this on yesterday's show. He's going to get a buzz the day before training camp.
Haircut Jokic the day before camp. All right,
first day of school haircut.
I do like it. Does send the message. If you're shaggy all off season and then you come in with the buzz cut and all the teammates are like, oh, he's ready. It's serious, man. Playtime's over. Recess is over.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, do we get a Bones Highland Jamal Murray 1-on-1 game? We won't.
No,
we won't.
No.
but that will be coming in like January probably.
Yeah, we can't. Like, I could 100% see. Like, here's the thing. This is even true of me. It's hard if you're doing something like where Bones is good enough that Jamal Murray would have to bring his game. You get the competitive juices flowing. Like, it's hard to tell yourself, don't jab step, don't cross, whatever. And so, yeah, if you get Murray out there, even if he knows, like, hey, I'm just playing, we're not doing anything, he'll end up doing a spin move or something and trying to, like, plant really hard. So, no. Shooting competition, I think we'll see more of those, yes.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see Jamal in shooting competitions for sure. This is kind of like training camp MVP, but if there's one guy not projected to be in the rotation that gets rotation buzz, probably Zeke, right?
You think? Maybe try to build him up after Summer League?
Yeah, you got to build him up a little.
You got to build him back up. You got to build back up that confidence for sure. And he's also like, Malone's going to love him. He's going to do everything he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Is there a budding, who will be the buddies? Like the surprising, like, oh, these two guys always together.
Guys that we don't know. I mean, we can't consider Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, because
I think it's Will Barton and Bones, maybe.
Ooh, Will Barton and Bones.
It's Marcus Howard and Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, but they're already buddies. I mean, like a new buddies. I guess there's only Jeff Green new and Bones, so there's like a lot of guys. Jeff Green and Jokic. Jeff Green and Jokic, buddy.
Ooh.
Jeff Green, Michael Green, and Jokic. There's going to be 3 peas in a pod.
Just 3 country boys.
That's right.
I'm kind of out of hot takes here.
I am.
Got any left?
Oh, I don't know if I have any. The one thing I'll say is everybody's in town. It seems a little bit sooner, and I do think we'll get some cool pickup and we'll get some like good buzz about that. I will say some of the buzz. I think a lot of the actual real buzz will be about Michael Porter coming into the season. I just feel like I feel like he's going to be a very impressive pre-camp person, and hey, like big things coming from Mike this year.
On what day will Michael Malone grow frustrated by the amount of Michael Porter Jr. questions?
Day 1. Media day.
Media day. Oh, man. So true. So true. All right. Well, I don't think we've got anything else. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Fun show today. You got a special guest coming on the show for Friday, though, right? Do you want to tease that at all? Okay.
Yeah, Mo the Keel. I don't know if you guys know him. Nerder She Wrote podcast. Really good X's and O's guys. Used to work as a film guy, I think, for the Miami Heat.
He worked for a couple teams, I think. I think for the Spurs, for Popovich, for the Clippers also, so for a couple different teams.
So there you go. So he'll be on. He did a breakdown on Bones, and that's what I want to talk about. It's funny. I was telling Harrison, he did a Bones breakdown. I did a Bones breakdown. We used the exact same clips. So it'll be fun. We got to talk to him about that.
Just 2 film guys talking film. Love it.
Well, I was joking. There was only 3 games, so it's like there was only so much film to actually cut. So.
Yeah. If you're listening, if you're watching live on YouTube, smash that like button before you head out. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for listening all week. We'll be back. I'll be back next week. Adam will be back tomorrow with Mo Dakhil. Talk to you guys then.
Kayla asleep at the wheel?